Now if I had a horse, a big white flashy horse, I wouldn't be the kind of guy that I appear to be. Well, I'd be different, or I'd be better, a hero right down to the letter, and all them pretty women would be after me. 'Cause I'd be Tom Mix, I'd be the Lone Ranger, I'd be John Wayne, I'd be the tall dark stranger. I could ride into danger, 'cause I'd be brave, of course.
Howdy, everybody. I hope you all are having a wonderful day, and I am so glad that you are tuning in to Sheriff P GCS's weekly roundup. I'm Sheriff P, and I'm here to give you all the latest information about what's going on here at Grace Christian School. This is the place to tune in if you want to know all the latest, greatest, earth-shattering news that affects Grace Christian School. The weekly roundup is the place you want to tune in. It's every Wednesday about 9 a.m. to 9:15 is when we tune on, and the show tries to run just about 30 minutes because we know that's what the average drive time is. So if you wanted to listen to this and not watch, you could put it on the seat next to you and be able to listen to the entire show. So hey, big thank yous go out to many of you for subscribing to our channel. We broke 1,000 subscribers. YouTube is in the final sections of authorizing our page so that we're able to go live remotely from a phone or an Android device, and we've received information back from them that we are very close to getting to do that. I can hear my little clicks coming on here. Good morning, text guy. How are you today? I'm so glad you can tune in, and we're happy you're here. So with that being said, I'm going to encourage you to continue to subscribe to the channel if you're not already a member. We need as many people in case people fall out or some reason they close their accounts or something like that, so that we never fall below that number of 1,000, so that if we were counting on it, it would be there. Hey, along with having 1,000 subscribers, we're now able to post community news on our YouTube channel. We type up a little note and you're able to see it, and we've already had some people see it. Last week we posted something about the little buckaroos. And what's the little buckaroos? Little buckaroos is if you want to send a picture of someone in your family that goes to GCS, or your entire family riding a horse or in a farm experience, or a video that's like 15 seconds or less, we'd love to see it, and you might have the opportunity to be on the weekly roundup. So our first little buckaroo already sent something in, and here you go. Take it away, Wyatt.
Where did you learn that from?
From Cowboy Joel.
Oh, what did Cowboy say?
He said, "Come on, horsey."
There we go. That's Wyatt from our preschool and his horse, Sonny. We're so glad that Wyatt was able to send that video clip in of him giving his horse a little bit of a workout. So if you send in your picture or video, 15 seconds or less, please, riding a horse or being around farm animals, we'll try to get it on one of the weekly roundups. We'd be glad to have you here. Let's see, Gina Cinco, congratulations on 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for tuning in. My hat's off to you. And with that, I'm going to just take my hat off, fix my hair right here, and we'll continue on to the show. You know what? There are some thank yous that need to go out right away. Michelle Cameron has volunteered to come in to our Hall of Heroes and fix the pictures and everything. She's going to get in touch with Christy and Selena, and they're going to kind of go over what we want it to look like. And Michelle, thank you so much for stepping up to do that. We can't thank you enough. We know that's going to look great, because once we get the Hall of Heroes all reorganized, we're planning on coming back through with new carpeting. So that's going to give a whole new facelift to our Hall of Heroes. The next, it owes a great big thank you, is Dana's son. Dana, last year and this year, continually keeps us stocked with PPE, personal protection equipment, the masks, the face shields, the gowns, you name it, gloves. She has done COVID tests in the very beginning. She has done wonderful things for us to be able to offer things to you in order to stay open. So Dana, thank you very much for doing that. And she just recently brought us in some more N95 masks since our COVID testing has gone up. And she wants to make sure that all of us are properly protected. So Dana, thank you so much for doing that. The next thing I want to talk to you about is a little about PST. PST is, the drive is going really well right now. You are responding beyond belief, parents and grandparents and loved ones. You're clicking in, you're signing in, you're sending your checks in, or you're Venmoing. And just a special reminder, Venmo is only for the PST Drive. It can't be used for PE clothes, spirit wear, tuition, lunch counts, or anything like that. It's only for PST. But parents, you have answered the call. You've rang the bell. You've done everything. And PST Drive has been successful, and it's on its final few days here. And can't thank you enough for doing that. Also, there was a PST meeting last week in the park, and I'm happy to announce that Sean, Mandy, and Brenda were thoroughly impressed with the numbers of parents that came out. There were over 40 parents there, all anxious and willing to volunteer in all different aspects to help our school be the best it can be. I can't thank you enough, parents, for showing that kind of support and being willing to do so much for our school. Now, with that being said, it's kind of like the perfect segue right into our major fall fundraiser. And what is that? It's Charleston Wrap. And Charleston Wrap we went to last year, and it is a unique fundraiser. We used to do cookie dough all the time, and we wanted to switch it up for our parents. So after much research by Sean, Christy, Brenda, Mandy, and Selena, they found Charleston Wrap. And the one thing that makes Charleston Wrap so different than others is they truly offer quality merchandise. You know, sometimes when you send off for this fundraiser gift wrap, it's like you can almost hold it up and see through it. That's not the case with this. It's amazing. Also, the cooking ware and clothing and things that they sell through the page is high quality. Last year, I purchased a large cast iron skillet that I can put over 2 burners. I'm able to do pancakes at home. I've also done some grilled steaks that just come out like amazing. And you know, many of you know, I'm a big time barbecuer. I like getting outside, either smoking meat or grilling it. And this was the first time I really did a grilled steak indoors on cast iron, and it came out spectacular. All those things are available in this catalog that will be coming home with your students tomorrow. There's the big kickoff for Charleston Wrap, and ask your kids about it, and you will be happy with anything that you purchase from the gift wrap pages or the kitchen aid pages or the clothing pages. You will be happy. It can be drop shipped, and it also goes directly to your home. Good morning, Kimberly's. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's a seamless fundraiser. It really helps the school, and many of the things in here I'm giving away as gifts this year to family and loved ones, and I know that I'll be very proud of what goes out. The next thing I want to talk to you about is COVID testing. Yes, COVID testing we're talking about early. And parents, first thing I want to do is thank you for being considerate of others and letting us know if a child's not feeling well, inquiring about if they need a test or something like that. It's working, it's paying off. Now let me caution you. Let me give you a cautionary tale that actually happened here at school. I share these things not to make someone feel bad, but in order to educate our entire families, all the families here at GCS. And this actually happened here. And the reason I share it, like I told you, is for educational purposes. We had a family who decided they were going to do a COVID test at home. And COVID tests that you buy at CVS and things like that, they're a good tool, but they are nowhere near as reliable as the tests that we give on campus. The antigen tests that we give here are, I would say, 20 to 30% more accurate than the tests that are given at home. And in addition, we're able then to move to PCR, do that kind of lab-based testing, which is the gold standard. It's like 99.99999% positive. Whatever the result is from a PCR test, it's going to be correct. And our antigen tests are in the high 99s also. So what happened in this situation was a parent tested positive on a home test. They notified us. We asked them to bring the child in so that we could test them and confirm the results. And if they could do that, No, they preferred going to their family physician. And the family physician said, well, if your child tests positive, that means everyone in your home has COVID. Well, that's not true. The research doesn't show that, and many of you who've had family members have COVID know that others haven't. Here's where the big concern comes in. This parent felt she was helping other families in that class by calling and saying, hey, my child has COVID. They just tested positive. They just tested positive. And this was on a Friday night after school. So we get in on Monday, we get these phone calls from parents wanting to know why we didn't do protocol. And we were doing protocol, and we knew where the child sat in class. We were following what the health department advises. And we were concerned because, number one, it was a home test. And number two, the family wouldn't come in and let us do a test. They were going to their doctor. So we created unnecessary fear. We created rumors within campus. And here's where the twist comes. They go to their family physician, they all get tested, and everybody comes back negative. And so we've already created unnecessary fear and confusion among other families. We tested other students to be safe, and they also came back negative. We will always err on the side of caution to keep our families safe and keep our students safe, but please let us be the ones who communicate to our families, because there's procedures, protocols that we follow not to create unnecessary fear among the students and the families while keeping everybody safe. So this isn't meant to reprimand that family. What this is meant to do is to educate all of our families. You know, we have a strong track record here, and we believe this is so important. We've invested hundreds of staff hours to become a CLIA-approved laboratory here on campus, to follow proper laboratory procedures. And what we're doing here at home, you're doing at home, I can assure you is not close to the procedures that we are required as a CLIA lab here at GCS in order to do a test. There are so many things that you could do at home with one of those home tests that invalidate it and give you the wrong result. So that's why we're here. Our testing is really gearing up. Every day it's getting a little bit more efficient in how we do it. And I'd like to just thank our entire staff. I'd like to thank Selena and Christy, Selena Mullaney and Christy O'Rue, for their continued efforts in going through classes. So I think that's enough about COVID. Continue to keep your kids home if they're sick. If you have a question, let us know. Oh, one other thing that we're doing to help you. This isn't saying that we support this or we don't support it. We are going to become part of the Navaka family. And what Navaka is if you choose, you can upload the Navaka app on your phone, and we can upload your results to the Navaka app through our primary health organization. Well, you say, well, why would I want that? Well, there are some places like the Staples Center and other places that require either a proof of vaccination or proof of a recent COVID test that shows you're negative. And Navaka is the primary app that you're able to pull up. They can scan your QR code and it will show that you've had a recent negative COVID test. That is not in place yet. We are going through the training right now where there's all kinds of confidentiality, HIPAA, and everything like that we have to go through and sign. But we're not doing this. We're not making a statement either way on any of this stuff. What we're doing is we're putting in the extra labor and effort to do this as a benefit for you, the parents. I know recently we wrote a letter and used our CLIA certificate in order for one of our students to be able to swim in a swim meet, because all kids had to have a recent negative COVID-19 test within 72 hours. And I know that's coming up with some of our soccer kids and club soccer and things like that. And if we have this app, it's going to make it that much easier and a convenience for you rather than try to go to a county health office, your doctor's office, and possibly have to pay for this test that we're able to do here on campus. And we're able to do those if it fits into our criteria and our appointment schedule. So I just want to pass that along to you. The next thing I want to talk to you about is field trips. I know we talked about field trips last week, but I want to continue to reiterate about field trips. Field trips are designed to be educational off-campus experiences. And families that are new to us, we do a lot of field trips that are overnighters, and they start to get larger as you go up in the grades. 4th grade, we spend one night in Sacramento. In 5th grade, we spend 2 nights at Astro Camp. In 6th grade, 2 nights at Rawhide Ranch. 7th grade, it was Catalina. We're working that whole process through right now because the vendor that had done Catalina has gone deceased and defunct because of COVID. So we're looking at what exactly that looks like for this coming school year. And then we do Washington, D.C. For 5 or 7 days, depending on the year. And these trips are really designed to be educational experiences for your students. They're not family field trips or family vacations. And we talked a lot about that last week. What I want to talk to you about today is chaperones. When we pick chaperones, a lot of times restrictions are put on us by the different places that we are going. Some places only allow the classroom teacher to accompany the students inside the facility. And the reason for that is the spaces are small and they know the teachers will take best care with the kids. And so sometimes we have chaperones who drive and they're not able to go in, and we fully disclose that beforehand. Other times they'll tell us you're only allowed to bring one chaperone in with a class to help manage it into whatever size groups they pick. This is what the vendors pick. Now, we have had parents say, we're going to circumvent that and we're going to be there anyway. It has created some problems for us where a parent suddenly shows up. We are asked by the guides, hey, they're not allowed to tour with us. We're going into this area. And in one situation, it's prevented us from being able to go back to that location because a parent ruined it for all of us. And we don't want to have that happen. Sometimes what also happens is if it's an overnight field trip, we need a certain ratio of parents, women to men. And if we have a female teacher going and we need 3 of each chaperone, that means we only need 2 female teachers and 3 men teachers. Or if we have a male teacher going and we also have a female staff member, that takes it to 2 and 2. And we put your names in a hat usually and we'll draw. Sometimes what helps too is if we see we have a medical professional that's going, like a paramedic, a nurse, a doctor, sometimes they will take precedence because it's always good to err on the side of caution for our students in that way. Now, what doesn't help you at all is if you send a letter to the teacher that says, if I don't get to be a chaperone, Johnny doesn't get to go. I'm sorry, you could do that every year and always be a chaperone, and that wouldn't be fair to another parent. So when we receive those letters, primarily, Johnny's not going to get to go. We'll put your name in the hat. If you get drawn, then you'll get to go with Johnny. But we try to do it the most fair way to allow the kids the opportunity to enjoy the field trips and allow all of our parents to have the opportunity. You know, we do draw out a hat, so I have seen people win a 50-50 drawing 3 pools in a row, and I've seen parents be able to go on field trips 2 times in a row just because of the way the hat draw went. And that's why we do that. We have a lot of viewers today. We're already over 50 viewers between our Facebook page and between our YouTube channel. I'm so glad so many of you are tuning in. So that's a little bit more about field trips. We appreciate all your support. We wish every parent can go, but unfortunately that's just not how field trips operate, and especially now when we're dealing with other vendors that are limiting the number of people that we can bring in on a field trip. The next thing I want to talk to you about is flag retirement, and we talked about that last week, bringing in your flags so that we can properly retire your flags. Here's what a flag that needs retired look like. It's tattered, this flag is torn, it's all disastered, and parents are bringing them in like this to us. This is great. We will properly fold it and store the flag until it comes time to retire it. Now, there are some flags that are so badly tattered and torn that we can't properly fold them, and we'll fold them with respect as we store them. And we haven't come out with the exact date yet that we're going to do the retirement ceremony, but there is proper procedures that are supposed to be followed to retire a flag, one with honor and one with dignity, the respect that it's due. So if you have flags lying around your home that are like that, please bring them into the school and we will make sure they are disposed of correctly in a manner that's appropriate. And 2 years ago we did it and it came out, it was a huge event, and we had Sergeant Major Baker from the Command Joint Forces come and join us with our Boy Scout troop that was on campus at the time, do the retirement. It was a wonderful thing. Next Thursday is in service. It's the last one in September. It's on the 30th. That means school gets released at 11:30, and daycare is available from 11:45 till 3 o'clock. If you pick up your kids after 3, you're charged for daycare. If they're left between 11:45 and 3, there is no additional charge. It's considered part of the school day. So that's pretty much it. That's what's going on here at Grace Christian School. Today is the last day of photos, and I tell you what, the boys and girls have been looking marvelous. They've looked sharp. A lot of kids dressed Western. Today is the Western day. Today I've got my PBR, Pro Bull Riding Association shirt on, and it's going to be a great day. We have the chuck wagon. We got the barbecue all set, and kids are going to get barbecued lunch. So it's going to be a lot of fun out on campus. Well, parents, I got 3 comments today. Give the video a thumbs up and like it. Share with your friends and family. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already a member. But with that being said, I'm going to let Dave Stymie play us out. And someone asked, hey, how come I keep showing the pictures of the pigs? I just want to give you a forewarning. The cost of bacon here in California is going to skyrocket if you haven't already noticed. After January 1st, unless something changes because of some new regulations going in place, you could see bacon double from the price that it's going to be right now in the stores. So maybe it'd be wise to not invest in Bitcoin, but invest in bacon. And I'm not a professional advisor, so I'm not going to tell you what to do. Your financial situations differ. I'm going to take what the tax guy would tell me, not to offer advice. But hey, my freezer's stacked with some bacon, and I've got a couple extra hogs ready to go. So anyway, parents, thank you for tuning in. And Dave Stymie is going to play us out with the auctioneer. We'll see you around campus.
Got a bit of $50, got a bit of $50, got a bit of $50, $5 sold out hog with a $50 bill.